Mate, I'll tell you what, we've seen some cracking views over the years.
It almost takes the cake.
Well, I mean, High Country's got some absolute doozies. Top End's got some good ones as well. I'm not going to say this is the best I've ever seen, but I'd be in my top 10. Absolutely my top 10.
Right up there.
Now, why this is important, folks, is because we've chosen this point right here to start what I believe is going to be a pretty epic trip. You see, we're going to go from this viewpoint to another one, which I'll show you right at the end if we get there. I don't even know if we're going to get there yet, but if we get there, I'll show you where we're going to finish this trip at another absolutely cracking high point. How are we going to get there, mate?
Well, mate, over the next 3 days, we're going to be catching up with a couple of mates of ours. A new mate each day. First, we're going to catch up with Nick. He's going to bring the camper trailer, and I've got a couple of mates lined up that have got gnarly tracks, and they're going to take us on one heck of an adventure.
So what have you done? You've got a bloke a day.
Yep.
With a group of tracks each day.
Yep, and they're going to show their local favourite secret hotspots, if you will.
We could stand up here like a boy band all day talking about this.
I reckon Nick's going to be waiting down the hill.
Let's get going, mate. Let's get going. You right? On this DVD, we're starting our adventure with our good mate Joel and a few tracks in the Possum Brush area out the back of Foster. Then we're going to head to Blackhead Beach before camping at Swans Crossing. We'll then meet up with Alex. He'll take us through the Bago area, and we're going to finish it off with a run up to Kempsey, where Mitch will lead us to our final viewpoint. Now, on our way to meeting Joel, the weather had a turn for the worst. Wet tracks ahead of us. Now, just you wait till you find out what this track is called, and bear in mind, it's currently raining. It wasn't long before we met up with Nick and hit the tracks.
Well, mate, according to the GPS, this must be about it. Speaking of the devil, here's Buggerlugs now.
Well, mate, if I could see around that great big canopy of yours, I'd suggest you were right, but I can't. Hang on, there he is. Oh, look at that. It's like a scene out of Lord of the Rings. Get a look at that bloke.
He's a handsome man. Let's say good day.
Jump out.
How are you, fella?
Shaun.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah. Oh, you mate, Joel. Nick, that's the go, mate.
Joel, what's going on, mate?
We're not in Queensland anymore, are we?
No, we're not.
No.
We're not.
A couple of inches of rain last night, mate.
2.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
What's this track called?
Slipperiest.
Slipperiest, okay.
Right, mate, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
I'll bring the winch, get the recovery gear, ready to pull you out of strife.
You will need that, that's correct. Yeah, you
definitely
will.
something like that.
Stick close.
Enough talk, let's go. Let's get
All
into it. As per usual, we're airing down before we hit the tough stuff.
So, Joe, what have you got in store for us today, mate?
Mate, I tell you what, with all this rain that we've had, I think we're going to be doing a lot of winching.
This track's, it's called Slipperiest, isn't it?
It is, mate, it is. And by the way that we're going down here at the moment, it's living up to its name already.
Nah, it should be fun, mate. I like these kind of trips. It doesn't take much to go from mild to wild, and I think we're going to get the wilder side of things today. Now, Possum Brush is one of those areas where there's a lot of clay mud. Of course, if you mix that with a healthy dose of rain, well, yep, this is going to be interesting.
Righto, guys, it's the first of the Slipperiest. With the amount of rain we've had, gonna have our hands full, I think.
We'll wait here, mate. We'll watch the show. One at a time. Go, go, go. Joel lives and breathes this stuff, so who better to show us this part of the world? Would you listen to that thing? He's behind the wheel of his coil-sprung TD42 Patrol Ute, and I tell you what, he knows how to drive it.
Both diff lockers in third gear, hold the thing pinned and get up here.
I like it.
Well, mate, I don't need an invitation. Let's go.
Good luck, Shaun. Go for it, mate. Listen to that thing go. Shauno's up and he's taken out the big 79. Mate, I hope you've got those hubs locked.
Oh, slippery! You might go out of sight, I've lost you.
Whoa, slip it around. Come on, baby.
Now you can see just how much he's got to give it to get up this. I think, though, the big V8 has just about got it. Shaun, mate, that was so close, and heck, you're very lucky you didn't keep sliding right there.
No way in the world. I'm gonna have to winch from here, boys. This is yeah.
Good choice, mate, although that may prove a bit more difficult than you're thinking. All right, I gotta get up this in one go. I'm just gonna use all my powers. Oh, this is ridiculous.
It is.
Oh! That's slippery. This isn't even that steep, but you know when you can't even walk up it, when you can't even walk up the track, trying to drive 3-tonne truck up here, woo-hoo-hoo.
This is slippery. Pulling out the 79 series, you've got the idle up button, getting your revs up, obviously increases the amount of alternator charge to the battery. It really helps when you're winching, because when you're winching, of course you're using a lot of battery power. This is a big hill, a lot of load. Do 30 seconds worth of winching, I'll just hold it back and give it a bit of a rest. Let your winch cool down. If you just keep it going the whole time, well, you're going to burn a winch out, doesn't matter what brand it is. It's a good way to care for your winch, just 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, a great little rule. Alright, that's it.
I reckon I've got half a chance here. I really do. I'm going to go manual mode, second gear low. Pretty much give it everything it's got. I'm back in my D-Max, and just quietly, I reckon I've got a chance. I've got muddies, traction control, and I'm a lot lighter than Shaun, and that might be just enough. Well, I reckon I could just about crawl up this with a bit of luck. I'm keeping steady on the throttle. I haven't got my foot to the floor because I don't want to wreck the track, and I don't need too much wheel spin here. Just inching up the last few metres.
Come on, you good thing. Come on.
That's it, boys. Come on, one more push.
Yes! Yes! That D-Max! Yes!
How good's that?
Awesome. Oh! I'm down.
Nick's up now, but something's gone wrong. It seems that with Joel, Shaun and myself going up first, we've taken away just about all the traction, and the trailer has fallen into a rut. There's no point in damaging anything and trying to get up, so Shaun took away around a different track to winch him back to safety and get him turned around for the next track. Easy as that, and we're en route to Joel's next track.
Righto guys, I'll tell you what, looks like we've got a bit of a mud hole coming up here, so it could be a bit of a challenge.
Don't believe there's any mud in this area, mate.
The biggest challenge with this part is the exit. It's steep, slippery, and drops off straight away into the mud.
Oop, I'm sliding. Look at that!
So easy.
Look at that!
Right. Let's crawl this first bit, I reckon.
Shauno's got the advantage here with big lift 35s, and yeah, you just made that look too easy, mate. Concern here is this log. Don't want to hit that log, so I'm just going to take it easy and keep an eye on that. Let's see if it is lift and tyres that'll do it. Tell you what, that's a lot steeper than it looks on paper. Yeah, as you can see, I'm only just getting hung up with this one. I reckon a slightly bigger tyre size and I'd have gotten through with ease. Okay, it's time to bring the winch out to get me just over this lip, and I should be able to drive the rest. Yep, that's all I needed. Nick's up, and this is where that off-road hitch really pays off. The big GU is over, but unfortunately the drawbar has got hung up on that lip. Once again, we'll winch forward enough for him to drive out.
Hello, you big dog. All we got to do here is that trailer's getting pulled right into this bank. A couple of big rocks under the tyre, so as that's pulling up, it's pulling the trailer up.
Sometimes a little bit of track building is just what you need to get through.
That's it. There you go. Sometimes you got to think a little bit outside the square. A bit of track building and stuff like that can make the difference between getting through and breaking your everything and getting through in one piece like we just have here.
Now, Joel says he's got one more spot up his sleeve, and what a beauty it is too.
Righto guys, this is a beach entry right here. So we'll swing a left into it and yeah, let's go down and check it out, eh? This is God's country.
Yeah, I'm pretty fond of this beach, mate. I've done a bit of spearfishing, a bit of fishing down on this beach.
Last time I was up here in the 60, I actually I found the sand so soft, especially down that towards that Tuncurry end. I actually started overheating the old girl. It's just really, really soft.
Speaking of which, Nick, how you doing back there with the trailer, mate? No dramas?
Yeah, all's going well so far.
What's your plan with the trailer on the beach, mate? How do you approach it? Just keep the momentum up, keep going?
Yeah, just keeping the pedal down, constant speed, drop the tyres in it to match the patrol, so see how she goes.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, sand driving's, a lot of people think it's just momentum, but tyre pressures play such a key role. Tyre pressures are definitely key, but knowing what happens when you do get stuck is just as important. Sorry, Nick, I spoke too soon, mate.
Yeah, boys, I've found one of those soft spots you were talking about and just dug right in here.
Mate, I'll swing him around real quick. We'll get back and get some max tracks onto him, mate.
Yeah, we'll chuck those max tracks in, mate. Might be a chance to clean the mud off them for you too.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Oh, they'll be all right. The beaut thing about these is that you can use them as a shovel as well. When it comes to solo recoveries on the beach, speed is often really important because, saltwater and four-wheel drives just don't mix too well. And easy as that, he's out. After a quick spot of lunch, it was time to make tracks to camp, but not before one last look around. Mate, how good is this? What is this, Foster's Beach? Tuncurry?
Well, essentially, Foster's down there.
Tuncurry
This is
up
Blackhead up here.
Yeah. Okay. I'd love to stay here, but where's camp tonight? It's a bit further in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's out at Swans Crossing, we're going.
Yeah,
Swans Crossing. It's about, 40 minutes?
Something like that,
Yeah.
Tops. All right, well, you make a quick phone call and chuck a sickie.
Yeah.
And I reckon we'll head that way.
All right.
Done.
You lead the way, bud.
Now, look, folks, you're going to need a beach driving permit for Blackhead Beach, so do your research beforehand and pick one up from the council. Tonight's camp is at Swans Crossing, which is about a 45-minute drive north, and it's a stunning spot to set up for the night, and it'll be our base camp for tomorrow too. I'm under my awning, and of course, Shauno's going to be comfortable in his double swag.
There you go, that's camp set. I think it's time for a cold Goldie.
Hey,
As soon as I open that fridge, I swear it's on cue, mate.
cheers, bud.
Cheers, bud.
I heard the fridge come open and I heard cold Goldie and camp set up.
What a day of full driving.
Mate, I reckon, cheers, bud.
Yeah.
Here's to you. I reckon
saw
that,
some clay today. You were still
well,
wearing
I'm still wearing most of it, yeah. Well, after we got that rain, I knew it was going to be wet, but I didn't think, honestly, I've never seen, I'm trying to think back about, the only thing I've seen slippery is the crab track.
Yeah.
It's got that same sort of slippery mud, but when you fell and slid down like a and you surfed down that hill.
Which time?
a couple of times. There was a couple of times when you went belly up. Truly one of the slipperiest things I've ever done.
Yeah. Oh, it was wild, mate.
Ridiculously slippery.
It was wild.
Yeah. I'll get the fire
I'm
going.
going to at least get my chair out and I'm going to sit down before
Do that.
enjoy the view. Well, tonight we're doing jaffles, but in true four-wheel drive action style, they're not average sort of jaffles. These are choose your own adventure jaffles. You see, the premise behind this meal is that everyone's going to raid the Waco here, the Waco over in the GIC, the drawers of Nick's kitchen, any food they can find to make the perfect jaffle. Now, I've got a couple of ideas in mind, so I'm going to grab some stuff out of this Waco, join the boys over there, and I reckon it's going to be one heck of a cook-up. You can't put that in it. I'll have one though.
I bought, I got ham and beer. I sort of figured that was really important anyway.
No, you got some of the main
I got the
food
essentials
groups there.
Ham and, I've really got to think about this, don't I? A lot
What are you going
more.
to have? I've got mine.
Have you? That'll work.
Look at this.
You got any cheese?
All sorts of stuff in here.
Oh.
I brought some cheese over.
Have you? I'm done.
Baked beans, that's a favourite.
You can't, that's just so boring. What are you going to do with that?
Mate, it's not any old baked beans. What I'm going to do on my one is I'm going to do chorizo, baked beans, melted cheese, boom.
That actually sounds pretty darn good.
That's a cracking.
I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm going to do asparagus. I'm also going to have some triple smoked leg ham with some cheese. So So ham, cheese and asparagus, basically, is what I'm going to do.
What are these guys doing? They're raiding the Waco.
Yeah,
What have you guys got?
we're getting out some sort of.
I see a bit of eggs. Eggs in a jaffle.
Can't put eggs in a jaffle.
You can, that's a good idea.
Don't know about
He's
that.
got tomatoes. What else have you got?
Bit of bacon.
Bacon and eggs in a jaffle. That's a good idea. Having a kitchen though.
So much easier.
Ah, this is good. This is good.
It is, mate, it is. What are you doing? That is not...
Can you do it?
Really?
I've seen a lot of cooking shows, mate.
You know what?
They all start like this. So what I want to do here is put a bit of spray inside the jaffle line. The key for jaffles is not to get them to stick to the jaffle line. A little bit of spray, a little bit of margarine on the other side of the bread also does the trick.
You've just got to become the jaffle. And for me, I have become.
Look at that.
I'm going to leave you right now and go and put mine in the fire, all right? You happy with it?
Yep.
See ya.
What you really want to do is get it tight fit. Make sure the bread lines up.
Go and whack that on the fire.
All right.
Mate, I'm going.
Yeah.
Bacon and eggs.
Where's the bacon and eggs?
Just here.
You pre-cooking them?
No, don't pre-cook them. Straight in there. The jaffle line will cook them. 2 pieces of bacon straight on there. We just got to squash it down just a fracco.
Yep, a fracco.
Just a fracco.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Now, I've been a single man.
Oh, dear.
All right, done the one hand. Crack two.
Barbecue chili sauce.
That's actually not a bad little addition.
It's not going to work.
That'll be spot on. I'm going to go whack this on the fire, right?
Just going ham, cheese and tomato, but I'm going the double cheese. So I'm going cheese,
Ooh.
Settle down.
ham,
What's
one more tomato, and then cheese again on
I
top.
think you've gone too hard on the filling, bro.
No, I'm backing you on this one.
And that's it. I did spray that.
Good man.
Okay.
Let's go
All
put
right.
it in the fire.
Put them in the fire. We'll be back. All right, boys, time's up. Get them out of the fire. Simply open it up, and you have a perfect jaffle.
I've had an issue here, boys. I've got multiple issues. The jaffle line's broken, and a bit of bread stuck to the roof. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do about it. Well, stick that there for now.
The egg has infused in the garlic spray, which is then infused in the bacon.
There you go. That's about as much fun as you can have around the campfire. Making jaffles, you know, everyone can get involved. That's half the fun, I reckon. This is about as good as it gets if you ask me.
Did somebody
Yeah,
put
as hot as it
Tabasco
gets,
sauce on this?
Look at this.
Who put Tabasco sauce on this?
That was me, mate. Stick around because in part 2 we're meeting up with Alex and his weapon of a GQ to tackle the Bago area. Not long after brekkie, Alex and his mate Blake arrived in his tidy GQ shorty. And after a bit of a yarn about what we were in for, it was time to lock those hubs again and get into it.
I think we get out on the tracks and go for a wheel. You ready?
Alex is a local to Warhope and has built his GQ up to be one weapon of a truck. Tiny by name, but not tiny when it comes to power, with over 222 horsepower and 745 newton metres. Now, from what Alex tells us, we've got a couple of mud holes to kick off the day and then a big hill climb. Nick has opted to leave the trailer at camp for this section, as we're in for a bit more of a challenge today. So I reckon, let's not muck around. Let's get into it. You can see that this terrain is just a bit too sketchy for the trailer. That's the beauty of having a base camp. You can leave everything set up, and when you get back tonight, it's just a matter of putting your feet up and relaxing. You see, Alex knows this area well. Apart from having a very capable truck, he knows how to drive. And I tell you what, from one shorty driver to another, hills are definitely one of the more challenging terrains.
Yeah, I'm all way up top now, so she's all good to come through.
Yeah, copy that. I'll bring the rig up. All those tracks with wheel placements, everything. You want to keep off the throttle if you can help it. Just really idle your way up here. I've got the rear locker on in this hill. I'm just trying to get that ultimate amount of traction so the back doesn't slide around. I'll tell you what, this hill just keeps going.
All right, let's go up here. See how this is going to go. I'm going to try and cross over this rut and then straddle it up over this big rock here, but I haven't quite got the same wheelbase as everyone else. Falling in here will be a big hurdle on my behalf. Use a bit of momentum here, I think, just to pump me up. And that's a good line, perfect line. Really stoked with that. Keep the foot on, a little bit of momentum. Yep, traction control working. How much fun is it? Up through here. Pick a line up on this right-hand side. If you think I'm having a good time, you're spot on. Oh, I think I laughed the whole way up. Come on up, Nick.
few guys, there's a couple of rock steps, but it should be pretty well right to crawl up.
Yeah, I like the sound of this, mate. I'll let you go first and show us the way.
Shaun, I'm basically just going to, well, I won't be able to see a thing, mate. Your canopy is, I think it's actually growing. I think it's one of the few canopies in the world that's actually getting wider as the more you drive it. Tiny's got the flex of a sick dog. Have a look at that thing work. I tell you what, when it comes to short wheelbase four-wheel drives, the more flex you can get, the better. And in the other corner, well, we've got Shauno in the 79.
There's a bit of a rock step here, boys.
And talk about a lack of flex, but that's the beauty of lockers. When you've got wheel lift, you want to keep at least 3 of them going at once.
She loves it.
Traction control just comes into play, and away we go. Something I've really fallen in love with the D-Max is that traction control. When all else fails, it just keeps going forward. And on ruts like this, that's exactly what you need. Nick really has got the sweet spot here. You see, he's looked at all of us head up before, so he knows the perfect line to take, and I reckon he's pretty much nailed that. This track is an absolute cracker. It's full of ruts, rock steps, and shaly, slippery dust.
Let's go.
I know exactly what Alex is in for driving this little rock step here. Short wheelbase GQ patrols have a tendency to pick up the front left and pivot on their rear wheels. If he does that here, I'm afraid he'll go straight over on his roof. Driving a short wheelbase vehicle is not for everyone, but Alex does it well.
Always a little bit unnerving coming up and doing these tracks. There's no turnabout now. Got to pick that line ultra carefully.
Yeah, great throttle control, mate. Really good. Made that so easy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I had a lot of traction in there. It was just a bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. It's the first time I've gone off a really big hill in the 79, and happy to say, it does it quite easy.
Righto, bud. I'm going to take your same approach, I think, and just try and keep throttle control nice. Try and avoid the big holes, I think. Once again, long wheelbase and a very low centre of gravity have got me up very easily. I tell you what, nothing like having that low centre of gravity to give you a nice, steady feeling when coming up steep, shaly terrain like this. Have a look at Nick go. That GU is a weapon. Of course, it's got 35s, 4-inch lift and lockers. What else do you need? On our way to the last track for the day, and Alex comes over the UHF and tells us that he's got a nice surprise in store for Shauno. Let's see what we're in for.
Alright guys, so this is the entrance to Bago Steps track. The start of it is quite overgrown, so you just need to manoeuvre your way in and out of the vines and it should be pretty good.
How do you even find this track? There'd be a gorilla in here.
Yeah, she's hidden away this one. Not too many people would know about it.
I don't know if he was talking about the pinstriping, but that can't be good on the new paintwork and canopy. Or maybe it was this. Big rock steps and crazy angles. Look, we can walk it, we can talk it, or we can drive it. What do you choose? I'm going to talk it. You're talking it before?
And hope to drive it.
And hope to drive it, yeah. Once again, for Alex, this is just another walk in the park. You can see how that thing has been built for this terrain. Alex is a good driver. First and foremost, good drive. Then, a controlled aggression, I would call that. Really good throttle control, lockers, lift, and 35s. Did the rest. I haven't got lockers, I haven't got much of a lift, and I've got 31s. I'm going to eat it. Eat it for breakfast. Can someone come and get me down? Shaun? Rob?
Yeah, something about tracks like this, There's an easy way on the right hand side and there's a hard way on the left. Now, my brain's telling me, Shaun, you've got a 79 series, mate. You don't want to take any paint off it. Go on the right hand side. The four-wheel driver in me, he's saying go and give the left hand a go. You're twin locked, you're on 35s. You know, you've got a few mates there spotting. I still haven't made up my mind which way I'm going. I'll let you decide. Go for it. You're pointing to the left. We'll give it a go.
At this point, Shauno's line is spot on, but whoa, mate, whoa.
Nope. Left is not a good option.
You can see just how quickly things can change. The rear wheels got stuck and spun the whole truck around.
Yeah, let's winch.
It's all hands on deck right now with the recovery. We don't want to mess around while he's sitting on that angle. Although he's relatively safe, the quicker we can get him back down, the better it is for him. And safety is number one right now. There you go, mate. I know how it feels being on those angles. And if I were you, I'd be tackling that right-hand track. That's it. Now one last obstacle and you're up the top.
Oh, it's close. Nice and tight through there.
Whoa, I tell you what, Shauno, you love lifting wheels, mate. Nice drive.
Yeah. How good are you? Righto, Graham. All yours, bud. You saw what I did, mate. So I'd say take the left-hand line when you get up there because nothing can go wrong.
What?
Oh, mate, just come straight up.
Righto, let's give it a go. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, I'm going to do the sensible thing and head straight up the right-hand track for this one. You see, I simply don't have the clearance that Tiny and the 79 have, so I'm going to play it safe and not be sorry. I seem to have got myself into a bit of a weird spot right here, though. I can't quite get the line I'm after, and I keep sliding back into this rut.
Maybe temper it with a bit of sensibility and I'll winch off this.
Now what Graham's done here, he's done the sensible thing. He's called for the wind straight up. You might pick a little tyre up coming up here. That's all right, straighten that wheel up.
Simple as that, and we're up.
All right, let's go to the top, shall we?
You're sort of straddling a big tree branch, so just, yep, that's perfect. Yeah, righto, Nick, mate, come on through, bud.
He's going to fly up here. I'm pretty sure Nick won't have much of an issue getting up here at all. Twin locked on 35s, and there you go.
Difference 35s, mate, okay? Well done! Yep.
What a day of four-wheel driving. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a good feed and a few beers waiting for us back at camp.
It's just going to crisp up. Then you turn them over and you do the sides just nice and slowly and they become almost like a bit of a... There you go. That's pretty much us. Sit back, a couple of beers. A lot of heat on the end of that barbecue plate.
It's looking good though, it's looking real good.
It is, mate, it is.
So tell us again what's going on at Fraser Island right now.
The situation is, I went up there in October actually for my honeymoon. Basically, they're asking you to book every campsite before you go onto the island. So, which is very difficult.
How do you know where you're going to be?
Well, you don't. So that's where I struggled. And yeah, so basically we were lucky enough to have phone reception. We were able to book each night, but it's very hard to know where you're going to be each night, especially if you haven't been on the island before.
See, I think that's bloody ludicrous. And I'll tell you why. You don't know where you're going to be. You go to Fraser Island for the first time.
First time, that's a big problem.
And you go, look, you're asking me to book what campsite I want at the start of the trip. What if I don't like the south of Fraser Island?
And there are so many variables. I mean, weather can come down to it, for instance. You know, weather's not so good at one place, so you want to push on. Yep. You just don't know.
You were telling me that you rang up and said you wanted to change campsites halfway through. So you got reception on Fraser Island, made the effort to go and try and do the right thing through the system.
Yes. No refunds. Once you've booked, no matter what.
And that's a certain spot.
Yes. And if you don't do that, it's something like a $200 fine or something like that if the ranger comes around and finds you at a campground that you're not booked into.
So there's actually a fine if you move.
There is not per vehicle, per person.
What?
Yes.
Oh, what they should be doing, I don't know, I'm no expert. Correct me if I'm wrong. limit the number of people on the island, for sure. As you come off, another comes on. And that can all be pre-booked, but you let the campgrounds be free and roaming. That's the spirit of adventure. That's what we all...
That's exactly right.
That's what we stand for.
That's exactly right. There you go. I'll tell you what, grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I think we've got some good tucker going on.
You want to say? Mate.
Mate, that smoke's killing me.
Yeah, I've aimed that in your direction.
You've gone full
Yeah,
charcoal
right
stack,
in
haven't
here,
you?
yeah, right in here.
You hit me.
We can actually...
I'm going to get some plates and ready to go, I think.
Yeah, it is, mate, yeah.
Yeah?
Couldn't hold up there. Yeah, Shaun, you're cool getting up fairly early?
Yeah, nah. Early's my middle name, mate.
No, it's not.
It's not actually.
It's Johannes, but that's cool. We'll go with early. Nick, you've got no problem with getting up early?
No problem.
All right. We're going to suck the guts out of tomorrow. I reckon we suck the guts out of a couple more cans,
Yep.
and then we'll meet you guys pretty early in the morning to pack up.
Yep.
For now, there's a lot of meat to be eaten there, boys. Get into it. I'm going to enjoy it with another beer. And yeah, I reckon we're going to smash some tracks tomorrow.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
It's a good one.
Good on you.
Absolutely, guys.
Cheers.
guys.
A good
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Yep.
Don't go away now, because in part 3 we make our last move and head to Kempsey to meet up with Mitch, who'll take us to that final viewpoint.
Something smells good, mate. What are you doing?
I'm getting the everything.
Oh,
Put
you're
it in
going,
the van.
you're going double meat, no regrets. You really are. Look at you go. Oh, Struth, look at that, will you? That is like something you'd see in a well, I was going to say in a museum, but it's not.
No, mate. What I call it, the mongrel mix.
Yep.
Took everything out of the Waco.
And there's a lot of mongrel in that mix.
Oh, there is, mate. There is.
A heck of a lot of mongrel.
Mongrel cooking it.
Oh yeah, that's something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
get in close.
Yep. You don't want that splattering around. There you go. There's one.
Yep.
Get this in you and get on the tracks.
That's good, mate. We've got a big day of driving today.
You don't have to eat it all.
He loves it, mate.
Tastes alright.
Actually, pretty good.
This morning we're going to be jumping back on the blacktop for our final run up to Kempsey. As hard as it is to leave this campsite, we need to head to our final destination. Nick's already got the trailer packed up and we're on our way.
Look, I'm just looking at the VMS, mate, and we're coming across this little waypoint I put in here, Cedar Park, and that's I think we're supposed to be meeting Mitch.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, I've got that down. It's like a little picnic area. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Cool, man. I'm just going to hang back a bit. You kick up a fair bit of dust, but I'll see you down there.
Yeah, copy, mate. Just watch, it's a sharp little left-hand turn up here.
Sharp left-hander. Gotcha.
In the little time that I've spent in Kempsey, you can really tell that there's four-wheel driving for just about anyone here. The majority of tracks run a few main fire trails, and whether you're after a relaxing, easygoing weekender or a full day winch fest, Kempsey's got you covered.
How are you, mate?
Here he is.
Mitch.
How are you?
Yeah, good to see you again, bud.
Moment, Mitch. How are you, mate?
Hey, how are you?
How are you? Good to see you. Whoops, I was about to give you a handshake. Oh, there's more people coming out of the woodwork.
So what's this place called, Mitch?
Cedar Park.
Cedar Park.
Yeah, nice little spot.
It's a nice little spot. What? Cedar Park, why? I didn't see any cedars.
No, well there used to be. And they came in and logged it all out a lot of years ago now. But
What do you got in store for us today, mate? Because I've got the VMS out here. There's a ton of fire trails through. I've been out here with you before, actually.
yeah, you get lost out here.
And there's some really tough tracks. There's some scenic ones. There's. Where do you want to go first?
Well, we're here.
Yep.
So we'll end up coming back out.
Yep.
Come back along. There's a big swimming hole at the bottom of a hill over here. We'll go there for a swim and
Done.
Yep.
pull off.
Yep.
Then we'll go from there up to the top of the Columbati Trig Tower and have a look at the view.
view.
You can see the ocean from up there. So
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to mark that swimming hole.
yeah,
That's it up.
There, yeah.
That's it there.
There.
I'm going to mark that. Something tells me
You might be back.
I'll be back later.
Righto.
I like the sound of this.
No further ado. Let's
get in
out
cars
of here.
and
Done.
one of the things that always blows me away about driving on the mid-north coast of New South Wales is the scenery. I mean, you're driving on the Great Divided Ranges up and down, through rainforest, dry scarifold forest like this right now. It's just absolutely amazing. It's one of the reasons I own a four-wheel drive. It's where I learned how to four-wheel drive. And I'll tell you what, I keep coming back to the mid-north coast of New South Wales.
So this is our little downhill drop into this swimming hole down the bottom.
Yeah, steep is it, mate?
Oh, it gets pretty steep in places, but there's a lot of erosion mounds in it as well that sort of help pull you up a bit.
So guys, we're just coming down into this little swimming hole. Looks a bit dry, we'll just have to see how much water's in there, but there should be enough for a swim in there.
Did you say swim? Is that what you said, swim?
I said swim.
Yeah, Shaun, move! Shaun, move! Get out of the way!
I only need a little bit, mate.
How is it, mate?
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, he's making funny noises.
Oh, yeah.
There's one of them right there. I don't know about you folks today. Actually, I do know about you folks today because you're watching this. You're sitting down right now watching this thinking, geez, I wish I was out there, and that's good. That really makes me, that gives me inspiration to get out here, because how good are these secret little hidden spots? You get a local like Mitch who's taking us out here. I'd never have known this is here. Shaun's just about to drown in a hole that's only up to his waist, but he's having an absolute blast. This is four-wheel drive life, as it should be as far as I'm concerned. Now look, I could stand on this rock and talk to you for another 10-15 minutes. I've been known to do that. Not today. Mr. Cameraman, I'm going in. Get out of my way. Step back. That's it. Like a
Slightly
dog.
upstream of Graham, so. You getting warmer yet, or what?
Yeah, a little bit here. Slightly warmer over here.
Hold on guys, we might want to get out and have a look at this. There's a bit of a tree across the road.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's a doozy too. Doesn't look good, mate.
No, there's a bit of a tree down here.
Have a look at this, mate.
Don't know what we're going to do about that.
That's a showstopper, mate.
That's not coming down, is it?
No,
Not the pink fit.
no. If you had a chainsaw, it'd
No,
take
that's-
a couple of days probably to move all that.
That's half a day's work to get that out of there.
Yeah, it would.
Let's have a closer look. Ah, you're not moving that. There's not. I was looking for some inspiration then. Maybe hook something up to this and pull this, but that's just going to pull Kempsey down on top of us. We don't want that. That's not going to happen. We're not going this way, boys.
What do you reckon?
Nah. Nah, it's definitely that way.
That's how the way we
Turn
can
around.
go.
Not
Yeah.
going this way, no. Not in the pink fit. There's another way around though. We can get up and around to that trig point another way.
Yep.
Bit of a detour, but it does go up over. Goes over a nice ridge, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Views, rainforest.
Go back out and
Yep.
around. Just
Ah,
turn
magic.
the trailer around and
Yep.
go out and around and back up.
All right, we'll spin that trailer around. I reckon we might have to reverse the convoy order for a bit.
Yep.
And get down the bottom, regroup. That's it. Follow it around.
We were lucky enough to actually have the perfect turning around spot just before this tree. A little bit of spotting from Shaun on the GME, and we were on our way back down.
Other way, spin around to turn the vehicle.
Now, that tree is what you could call a showstopper for this track. Not a showstopper for us. We have got an alternate route, and I must say I'm looking forward to the alternate route as well, because it takes us up quite high on a ridgeline. But what I was noticing with that tree, obviously we haven't got the time nor the equipment right now to knock it down, but Mitch just said to me, he's going to come back up, probably bring a mate of his and his chainsaw, and he's going to bring it down. Now, I know this is not a priority access track, but one day maybe it would be. If it wasn't for a four-wheel driver coming out of his way, probably on his day off, to take that tree down, knock it off the side, it wouldn't get done. What am I getting at? There's deeds like that being done by people who own four-wheel drives all over the country every single day. No one ever hears about it. That's the four-wheel driving community working to do good. And yet all we ever hear in the newspapers is four-wheel drivers doing stuff bad. I know it does happen. But the majority of the population, like Mitch, are doing good. 2 thumbs up, won't do that for too long. I'll drive off the edge of the cliff to four-wheel drivers around Australia. You get my vote.
Heading back down the hill took us on a different track, but who's complaining? This isn't insanely steep, and nor are they four-wheel drive swallowing ruts. This is just a heap of fun, and it's not long after till we start heading up a different track to get to the trig point.
Nice and slow. It's going to drop down in a sec. It's in the rut now. Yeah, power out.
What do I reckon is one of the most important aspects of four-wheel driving? Fuel economy. The more fuel you've got, the longer you can stay out bush, the further you can go. Look, with modern four-wheel drive, fuel economy is spectacular, but no matter what vehicle you've got, there are some tips and techniques that you can use to improve your fuel economy. First and foremost for me, when I get on the blacktop, I like to get my tyres right back up to the pressures they should be for on-road driving. It decreases rolling resistance, i.e. friction, and it means that you're not working the engine as hard on-road, saving fuel. Next up, I'm a big fan of really watching my driving technique. By doing gentle movements on the throttle and gentle braking, you are saving quite a bit of fuel, especially over very long distances. Last but not least, folks, when you see a hill coming up in the distance, get on the accelerator early. Don't wait till you're midway up the hill and then plant your foot, because that will really eat through the fuel. Try and predict what's coming up ahead and drive according to that before you get there. That way you'll save your fuel, and that means, heck, tell the boss you're not coming in Monday, you're staying out bush.
Alright, this is probably one of the last pinches up to the top of the trick tower coming up now.
Yeah, copy mate, I'll let you go in front of me in case you flick any rocks back. And yeah, get into it.
We've put Mitch back in the lead and he's off. Mate, that GQ is a tractor. Point and drive, mate, point and drive.
We're up the first bit, you can come up.
This literally is up the side of a mountain. The camera never does it justice, just how steep this is right here.
This is one of those hills that you just can't stop on. It's steep, it's slippery, and it's super dusty. You know what I say, don't you? That's right, bring it on.
This next bit's quite steep.
Righto, we're up, come on up.
Yeah, coming up mate. Listen to that sound.
And here we are, we finally made it to the top. And as a reward, would you check out those views? Absolutely stunning. Colombatti Lookout allows you to see all the way to the ocean and even all the way from where we started. It really shows off this amazing part of the East Coast in the best way possible. And to do it by four-wheel drive, well, as far as I'm concerned, that just tops it off.
Mate, I think if you look out that way there, see that really pointy hill out there?
Yeah.
I reckon that's that lookout that we started on.
That's the combine tree point.
Where we started way out there. We've pretty much come right through all these four-wheel drive tracks through here, of course, with a little bit of a deviation down onto the beach down. Well, it wasn't just down there, it was way down there.
I reckon we found every bit of mud between there and here.
I know I did.
So
I collected
did I,
on my
mate.
clothes for most of it. All right, this is, what do you call this? This is mid-north coast New South Wales?
Mid-North Coast. It's
Yeah.
one of those spots, in my opinion, every four-wheel driver really needs to come up here and experience for themselves. You've got some of the best camping, you've got some of the best and toughest four-wheel driving you're going to find anywhere in Australia. And it's pretty accessible.
Not only that, there's also some of the most scenic stuff you'll see here with the beaches here. I mean, we were down there the other day on a weekend, and I think there were 3 other blokes down there, 3 other trucks down there on a section of beach that anyone can drive on, so there's no crowds up here. We haven't seen anyone on the tracks the entire time we've been out here, except our guides who have been helping us out. So, and this is a pretty popular part of the world, mid-north coast of New South Wales. If you haven't been up here, I really do recommend it. The fishing's absolutely hopeless out there. Every time I go out with Shaun, we never seem to catch anything, so if you want to fish, I reckon there could be fish out there.
There's definitely a lot of fish.
Everywhere else though, mid-north coast New South Wales, I'll be back.
I definitely will.
Well, you only live up the road, so you will be back. But folks, if you don't see us out here, you'll definitely see us next time on four-wheel drive action. Now, I've got to go down these steps before you, and that concerns me on a couple of levels. First of all, they're steep. Second of all, you can be a bit of a jokester at times.
It's all right, mate.
Go for it.
Go for it, bud.
Catch you next time.
See you later.
Real quick.
For more on this adventure and to find out all the details that you didn't see on camera, read my article in the mag. Believe me, you're going to want to see it. If you enjoyed this DVD, don't forget that you can watch every episode of 4-Wheel Drive Action because it's available for download in HD from our massive online library. There are over 100 episodes available for your viewing pleasure. Also, if you want to keep up to date with 4-Wheel Drive Action, then like our Facebook page and you'll get heaps of videos, epic picks, competitions and more. Get involved, you won't regret it.
There you go. Full drive action.
Hello, mate. Hey, what did the cheese say when it saw itself in the mirror? Hello, me. Hello, me.
We're rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Bop, 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 bop. Right.
Oh, pardon the English. Oh, I love the rainforest. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's out. Oh, he's good. He's all right.
Get out.
You became the spatula.
Just, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I ran with it.
For a moment there, I was the barbecue plate and I wanted to be turned over.
You were.
Oh, solid.
That was good fat.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Okay, mate. What I'm getting the opinion, Ethiopian, that is.
It's all right. I'm okay. No, I've got this. I've got. All right.
Thank you for flying. Forward Drive Action Airways. Stop nodding. Stop nodding. Thank you. Thank you for. Hey, here. Thank you for flying. Forward Drive Action Airways. We hope you enjoyed your flight. And we hope to see you next time. This is it's not a meal for those that are washing their weight nor their heart, but it is a meal for those that have just driven some of the tougher tracks around the Bago area. That's not me. However, I will enjoy this meal tonight. Settle down. Hey, everyone's an expert. Let's get into it. Well, I'm a lyrical gangster, banana in prankster, monkey in a tree, living up high. That's not for me. I'm down on the ground, running around. Whoop, 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 whoop. That'll do. See you later. Next time, Forward Drive Action.